Hello, future engineers, subscribers, viewers, and students. Here is a video, a comprehensive one, so that you will leave the topic on moment of a force about a point, about an inclined axis, and from there, we can find the perpendicular distance between two vectors or two axes or two lines. And I hope that through this video, you will also know how to find the distance, perpendicular distance between two lines. So here is the problem. The frame ACD is hinged at A and D and is supported by a cable that passes through a ring at B and is attached to hooks at G and H. Knowing that the tension in the cable is 450 newtons, determine letter A, the moment about point G of the tension force in cable BH. So there's a tension here directed from B to H. It is also the tension in BG because this is a ring. So the tension on both sides would be the same. Then the perpendicular distance between point G and line BH, you can compute that by trigonometry, but I'll just compute it using the vector approach. Dot product to solve for the angle between the two vectors, then considering the right triangle, hypotenuse times sine of the angle, we can compute that perpendicular distance from line BH to point G. Then letter C, the moment of the force about diagonal AD, moment of a force about an inclined axis. And letter D, the perpendicular distance between BH and AD. So this is AD. And the perpendicular distance between lines BH and DG later. So first, let's define the vector FBH. The force is directed from B to H, so its magnitude is 450. And that line is directed to the right because this is 0.875 and this is 0.5. 0.875 meter minus 0.5 is 0.375 I. Then going up by 0.75 B to H, so plus 0.75 J. Then moving backward by 0.75 also, so minus 0.75 K divided by the magnitude of that distance or length of BH. Square root of 0.375 square plus 0.75 square plus 0.75 square. This magnitude is 1.125 meter. So that is R, the magnitude of R BH, which is also equal to R BG, which will be confirmed later. Then FBH is 150 I plus 300 J minus 300 K newtons. Then I put the components of the force here because I'm going to apply right hand rule, then confirm with the cross product results. So moment about Gx, this is the positive sense, that's the x-axis. This is the x-axis, positive sense. So we have 300, this 300 here, times 0.925, then minus this 300 here, times zero point 0.4. Oh, by the way, this zero point 0.4 here is 0.75 minus 0.35. So we get 157.5 Newton meter. MGY, positive sense, would be in that sense. So this is both, this is positive, 300 times 0.5 then plus 150 times 0.4. So 150 times 0.4, 300 times 0.5, 210 Newton meter. MZZ, positive in that sense. So 150 times 0.925, then plus 300 times zero point 0.5. So it is 288.75 Newton meter in vector form, quantity 157.55 plus 210J plus 288.75 K Newton meter, and the magnitude is 390.234 Newton meter. Then the perpendicular distance cannot be found because the moment at G is known. It is just force times perpendicular distance. So mg equals force 450 times perpendicular distance d sub g. The moment is 390.234 equals 450 times d sub g. D sub g is 0.8672 meters. So that's the distance from point G to perpendicular distance between G and line BH. So to prove that MG is equal to this, so I use cross product. I use RGB cross FBH. So RGB, that's 0.5I, negative 0.925J, and 0.4K. So 0.5I, negative 0.925J, and positive zero point 0.4. Then components of FBH 150, 300, negative 300 unit vectors. Copy the first two column elements, check negative 0.925 times negative 300I minus 300 times zero point 0.4, so that's 157.5I. 0.4 times 150J plus 300 times zero point 0.5, that's 210J. Then 0.5 times 300, 150, plus 150 times 0.925, that's 288.75K. So it matches with these results here. So that's correct. Then another way is, what if there's no force? We are just asked to compute for the perpendicular distance of point G from FBH, from line BH. As I said, you can compute this by by trigonometry. You compute for the length of BG, length of BH, and length of GH. You can compute this lengths. Then it's a triangle. You can compute the angle here by the law of cosines. Then consider this right triangle. Having found this and the magnitude of BG, then distance G is magnitude of BG times sine of this angle here. So that's by trigonometric approach. But by vector approach, I'm going to obtain the dot product of uh, RBH with RBG and vice versa. That's the same. That product is commutative. By expansion, it is equal to RBH RBG cosine of beta. So let's find beta. So RBH, so the vertical distance between, or the angle B, is equal to RBH divided by magnitude, so that's unit vector of BH, that RBG equals cosine of that's RBG cosine of beta. So let's solve for beta. So this is the unit vector of BH, which is 0.375 I plus 0.75 J minus 0.75 K, this value here. The magnitude is 1.125, so therefore RBH, that RBG is equal to this one, 0.375 R times negative 0.5 RBG plus 0.75 times 0.925, then plus negative 0.75 times negative 0.4 equals RBH 1.125, the magnitude, RBG 1.125. So that's why we divide everything by 1.125 square to solve for this angle beta. Solving for angle B, angle B, 50.429 degrees. So considering this right triangle, perpendicular distance to G is equal to RBG 1.125 sine of B. And B is already found. So it is 0.8672 meters, just like that. Then, for moment of letter C, the moment of the force about diagonal AD, so it is obtained by this scalar triple product, RA from any point on the axis, then to the force, to the point on the force, which is B. This is the simplest, RAB, cross FBH, then that lambda of axis AD. So that's the definition, right? So lambda of AD, so A to D is going to the right 1 meter, then moving backward 0.75. So that's I minus 0.75K divided by the magnitude, square root of 1 square plus 0.75 square. So the unit vector of axis AD is 0.8I minus 0.6K. So moment about axis AD is equal to RAB cross FBH, then that lambda of axis AD, or unit vector of axis AD. So this is AB going to the positive x direction, 0.5, then we reach B, so 0, 0. Then components of the force FBH, 150, 300J, 150I, 300J, negative 300K. Then the unit vector of axis AD, which we defined just earlier, 0.8I minus 0.6K. So 0.80, negative 0.6. Copy the first two column elements. Evaluate 0.5 times 300 times negative 0.6, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So 0.5 times 300, 150 times negative 0.6, so negative 90 kilonewton meter. So that's the answer, Newton meter rather. So that's the answer for moment of the force about axis AD. And it is negative because if this is axis AD, you position your right thumb towards D, the curling of your forefinger should be opposite to the moment of this 450 Newton force. So that's the reason why the sign is negative. So next, the moment, if we resolve 450 newtons into two components, one parallel to axis AD, I'll call that F sub t. The other is perpendicular to axis AD, then only this perpendicular component has moment about AD. And it is equal to Fn times the perpendicular distance d, which I mark here d. Very small, and I hope that you can see it. And the angle between the force, the tangential force, and this 450 Newton force is mark theta. So, of course, the tangential component can be found by obtaining the dot product between the force and this axis AD here. So, let's set up moment AD, which is equal to the normal component, perpendicular component of the 450 force, then times the perpendicular distance between that force and this axis AD here. The other component parallel, remember by principle, if the force is parallel to an axis, it has no moment there. Only the one that is perpendicular to that axis will have moment about AD. So FT is the dot product between FBH and the unit vector of AD, because if we're going to expand this is FBH, the force 450 times magnitude of AD 1 times the cosine of the angle between them, definition of that product. And if you're going to interpret FBH, hypotenuse cosine of theta, that is F sub t, of course. So FBH dot lambda AB, this is FB components of FBH 150i, 300j, negative 300k, and the lambda of AD is 0.8i, 0j, negative 0.6k. So therefore it is 150 times 0.8 plus negative 300 times negative 0.6 equals magnitude of FBH is 450 newtons times cosine of the angle between them. So solving for the angle between them, it is 48.19 degrees. Then, because the moment of Fn is also negative, if you follow right thumb rule, so we equate it to the negative moment of negative 90. So Fn is negative FBH sine theta, this component here, that's negative 450 sine of theta. That's positive, but its moment about AD is negative. So negative 90 moment about axis AD equals negative 450 sine of 48.19 degrees. I hope that you understood this. This is the normal component of the 450 Newton force. The force that is perpendicular to this axis AD here. So that's why it is force times perpendicular distance. Solving for that perpendicular distance, it is 0.2683 meter. Likewise, if we assume there's no force here, just purely perpendicular distance between the lines, then I will call RAB cross RBH dot lambda AD as the product of the normal component of distance BH, normal component of distance BH, and the perpendicular distance between the two axes. So I'll just call that RND, where RAB is this vector here, 0.500, then cross RBH. RBH as a line in vector form is 0.375i plus 0.75j minus 0.75k. Then the unit vector of AD is the same, 0.80, negative 0.6. Copy the first two columns equals negative RND. So simplifying, 0.5 times 0.75 times negative 0.6, then 0, 0, 0, minus 0, minus 0. So this is the only product of diagonals that has a value, and this is negative. So negative 0.225 equals negative RND. Now for the Rn, we need to compute the tangential component first of of the line BH, its tangential component, which is parallel to AD, and that is obtained by dotting RBH with the unit vector of AD. That's the tangential component of distance along AD, and by definition of that product, it is magnitude of BH, magnitude of unit vector AD, which is 1 times the cosine of the angle between them. So RBH is this one, then AD, lambda of AD is this. So obtaining the dot product, it is sum of product of corresponding components. So 0.375 times 0.8 plus negative 0.75 times negative 0.6 equals, remember that the magnitude of RBH is 1.125, square root of 0.375 square plus 0.75 square plus 0.75 square. So 1.125 cosine of theta. Solving for theta, theta is the same as this, 48.90 degrees. So finally, the normal component is magnitude of BH sine of that angle. So magnitude of length of BH 1.125, then put a negative sign because it's negative really by applying the right hand rule, then sine of 48.90 degrees times perpendicular distance. So we will arrive at the same value of 0.2683 meters. So even if there's no force, we can still find the perpendicular distance between two lines. Then finally, in part E, the moment of the force on BH about imaginary line DG, so axis DG. So we define it as moment of DG equals RD or RG. I just choose D to the line of action, to the point on the line of action of the force, which is B. You can also choose H if you want, but I just select B. So RDB cross FBH, then that lambda of DG. So RDB cross FBH, that lambda of DG, where the lambda of DG is equal to D to G, negative 0.5 I and positive 0.75 K. Negative for dB. While for the unit vector of dg, we have to go to the left 1 meter, so negative I, go up by 0.925, positive 0.925 j, then forward towards the z-axis 0.35 k, divided by the magnitude, square root of 1 square plus 0.925 square plus 0.35 square. So simplifying, it is negative 0.7110 I plus 0.6577 J plus 0.2489 K. So MDG RDV, DB is negative 0.5 I, 0.75 K. So negative 0.5, 0, 0.75. Components of FBH, then unit vector of DG. Copy the first two column elements. Simplify, negative 0.5 times 300 times 0.2489, that's negative 37.335. Then 0, 0.75, 150 times 0.6577, 73.991 minus negative, so plus 0.711 times 300 times 0.75, that's 159.975. Then minus, so this is minus because that's positive, 0.6577 times 300 times zero point 0.5, that's negative 98.655. So combining, that's 97.976 Newton meter, the moment about axis DG. So we then uh, compute the component of the force along axis DG, that's the tangential component, and we want the angle between them. I'll just call it theta, not theta in the preceding case, but for this new case, the tangential, the angle between the 450 Newton force and the axis DG. And that is obtained by dotting FBH, force BH, with the unit vector of DG. So to expand, it's magnitude of BH, force BH, which is 450, magnitude of unit vector 1 cosine of the angle between them. So FBH is, remember, FBH is this one, 150, 300, 150I, 300J, negative 300K, and lambda of DG, we have just defined it as this. So 150 times negative 0.7110 plus 300 times 0.6577 plus negative 300 times 0.2489. And that is equated to FBH, which is 450 cosine of the angle between them. So the angle between them is the angle between the tangential component and the force is 87.964 degrees. So that means moment dg is the normal component sine of that angle times the perpendicular distance between line BH and dg. So moment about axis dg 97.976 Newton meter is equal to normal component 450 sine 87.964 degrees times the perpendicular distance. So the perpendicular distance is 0.2179, the perpendicular distance between lines BH and DG. Similarly, if there's no force, it's a separate problem. For example, the question is just the perpendicular distance between lines BH and DG, then this is the solution. First, we obtain the dot product between the two vectors so that we can compute the angle between them. The angle between the force and the axis, tangential component, or the axis DG and BH. So RBH dot lambda of DG is by expansion RBH times magnitude of unit vector DG1 cosine of the angle between them. So RBH is this one. Lambda dg is this. So 0.375 times negative 0.711 plus 0.75 times 0.6577 plus negative 0.75 times 0.2489 equals unit magnitude of RBH is 1.125. Don't forget that cosine of theta. So solving for theta, it is 87.964 degrees, just like that when the force is directed from B to H. Then we evaluate R, D, any point on the axis to any point on the line of BH. So RDB cross BH, then dot lambda of axis DG. So RDB again is negative 0.5 I, positive 0.75 K, negative 0.5, 0.75. This is RBH, then unit vector DG. Then copy the first two columns, equate it to Rn times the perpendicular distance between the axes. So it is now positive Rn times dg because obviously if you apply right thumb rule, your right thumb is going in that direction. The curling of the forefingers is really positive. So that's the right thumb towards that point, then curl your forefingers, which is in the same curling as the moment of the force supposedly. So negative 0.5 times 0.75 times 0.2489, 0, then plus 0.75 times 0.375 times 0.6577, then plus 0.711 times 0.75 times 0.75, then minus 0.6577 times 0.75 times zero point 0.5, then that is 0. The result is 0.24494, then equals RBH sine theta, the normal component of RBH, perpendicular component of RBH, perpendicular to axis DG, then times perpendicular distance between the axis BH and DG. So solving for distance DG, perpendicular distance, it's also 0.2179 meters. So that's it for this video.